Hello, good evening. Welcome to our channel Yushi Talks. And today we are going to talk about Apple CEO Tim Cook and how he may have just ended Facebook. We have more details on this, but before we go ahead, please subscribe to my channel. Let's get started. In a recent speech at Brussels International Data Privacy Day, Apple CEO Tim Cook went on the offensive against Mark Zuckerberg and Facebook. Cook's speech seems to be a direct response to Facebook's recent attack on Apple, in which the world's largest social network took out full page ads in several newspapers attacking Apple's new privacy changes. But what's most fascinating is that Cook took direct aim at Facebook without ever mentioning the company by name. This is something that Tim Cook said, and I'm going to quote it. Technology doesn't need vast troves of personal data stitched together across dozens of websites and apps in order to succeed. Advertising existed and thrived for decades without it, and we are here today because the path of least resistance is rarely the path of wisdom. If a business is built on misleading users, on data exploitation, on choices that are no choices at all, then it doesn't deserve our praise. It deserves reform. We should not look away from the bigger picture, and a moment of rampant disinformation and conspiracy theory is juiced by algorithms. We can no longer turn a blind eye to a theory of technology that says all engagement is good engagement, the longer the better, and all with the goal of collecting as much data as possible. Too many are still asking the question, how much can we get away with, when they need to be asking, what are the consequences? What are the consequences of prioritizing conspiracy theories and violent incitement simply because of high rates of engagement? What are the consequences of not just tolerating but rewarding content that undermines public trust in life saving vaccinations? What are the consequences of seeing thousands of users joining extremist groups and then perpetuating an algorithm that recommends even more? It's long past time to stop pretending that this approach doesn't come with a cause, a polarization of lost trust and, yes, of violence. A social dilemma cannot be allowed to become a social catastrophe. Unquote. So that's all he said in the Brussels conference. But we have some more details. The fact that Cook doesn't name Facebook somehow increases its impact because as you hear Cook's speech, you can't help but immediately think of the house that Zuckerberg built. The reality is that these two tech giants have been heading towards a major conflict for quite some time. The problem is that Apple's and Facebook's business philosophies are diametrically opposed to each other. Apple is a lifestyle brand, and part of lifestyle that Apple sells is users having more control over their privacy. Facebook, on the other hand, is mainly data based. It's into data business. The more data they collect on users, the more effectively they can sell targeted ads. But collecting and selling all that data comes at a great cost, as Cook highlights. The end result of all this is that you are no longer the customer. Cook said, you are the product. Cook went on to further highlight the difference in Apple's and Facebook's philosophies in no uncertain terms. He says that we believe that ethical technology is technology that works for you. It's technology that lets you sleep and not keeps you up. It tells you when you have had enough. It gives you space to create or draw or write or learn and not just refresh one more time. At first glimpse, it might appear that Apple and Facebook are on diverging paths, but in reality, they are on a collision course. So, what happens when an unstoppable force hits an immovable object? One of them gets destroyed. So, that's all we have in today's news. Please continue to watch my space and also subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching me so far, and you have a wonderful day ahead. Bye bye.